Hi everyone. In the last two classes, we have seen the concept of various kind of Bootstrap CSS components, like various kind of buttons and various kind of colors, how to work with all those, various kind of forms, etc. We have seen all these various kind of components, and also we have seen the typography and icons. Also, we have discussed. Okay. Now, in today's class, we'll see an important concept, responsive web design. Meaning that we'll see what do you mean by a responsive web design and how we are going to achieve that responsive web design. We'll see in this particular class. Yeah. So, guys, I hope you already know the meaning of responsive web design. While working with the concepts of CSS, we have already designed a responsive website. Meaning that, so response website means whenever you are trying to resize a particular website or a particular web page, that particular web page is going to rearrange its elements automatically without involving any person from externally, so that by automatically adjusting of elements itself means it's having more look and feel compared to non-responsive website. Meaning that I observe we have different kind of different sizes of screens, right? Like for example, if you take this screen, this is a big screen and this is somewhat small screen. Like this is what we call it as desktop, and this is what we call it as a laptop, and this is what we call it as a tablet, and this is what we call it as mobile phone. Mobile phone. Okay, guys. So based on the device, the type of device that we are using, the type of device that you are using, the screen size will vary. The screen size will vary from device to device. As the screen size is varying from device to device, whatever the website that we are designing, whose look and feel may vary from device to device. Look and feel may vary from device to device. Guys, this concept I have already clearly explained in the concept of CSS, but right now, once again, I am trying to briefing that. So the website look and feel may vary from device to device. So when the look and feel is varying from device to device, how the user will feel? User may feel somewhat discomfort. Meaning that order of the elements may also changes. Order of the elements may also changes. At that time, user may feel discomfort and he may not give priority to visit your website frequently. So that is the reason, or to overcome this drawback, we should have to develop a responsive website. A responsive website. So in this responsive website, what will happen is the elements are going to rearrange in an effective manner, meaning that those won't overlap or something. There may be some kind of problems, right? Whenever we are going to resize the browser, that kind of problems won't uh, occur again if the designed website is a kind of responsive website. Responsive website. So, so that is the advantage of responsive web design. Yeah, so we can able to design this responsive web design with the help of simple HTML and CSS. But if you are trying to work with Bootstrap, if you are trying to work with Bootstrap programming, obviously it is going to support some kind of responsiveness to your website. Response to your website. Yes, fine. So yes, our website may be used by many people. They may be used. One may be used at the desktop. One may be used at the laptop. One may be used at the tablet. One may be used in the mobile phone. Your website should be more responsive. Your website should be more responsive. So to achieve this responsiveness of your website, we can use a concept called grid system, or we can use a concept called flexbox. There is a concept called Flexbox. Both are going to provide the responsive websites only. responsive websites only. In the concepts while we are discussing the concepts of CSS itself, we have already clearly explained along with examples Flexbox concept we have completed. Okay, now in today's class, we'll see the concept of grid system. Grid system. So, how we are going to implement this grid system in Bootstrap programming? Bootstrap programming. Yeah, fine, guys. I will take a new slide. Grid system in Bootstrap programming. Yeah. First, let me explain how they have implemented this grid system in Bootstrap first. Yes. Observe, guys. If you take any kind of screen, if you take any kind of screen, they assumed and they have splitted the screen into 12 columns. They assumed and they have split it. So don't count this. They assumed they have split this screen into 12 columns. 12 columns, and they are divided in the form of row wise also. They are divided in the row wise, meaning that if I am taking a single row, this single row is divided into 12 columns. Second row, it is going to divide into 12 columns. Third row, it is going to divide into 12 columns, meaning that so whether it may be a laptop, whether it may be a desktop, whether it may be a mobile, or whether it may be a tablet, it won't bother about it. Based on the screen size, based on the screen size, meaning that irrespective of screen size, every screen size is going to split into 12 columns. 12 columns. If you observe in this figure, in this diagram, this is column 1, column 2, column 3, column 4, column 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. So total maximum of 12 columns they have split it. 12 columns they have split it. Yes. And in each column, you can place your own data. You can place your own data. That is all up to you whether you want to place the data or whether you want to combine the multiple columns. Whether you want to combine the multiple columns. Like see, observe. In the second row, this is the kind of row. What they did, they have combined 8 columns into a single column and 4 columns into a single column. Like this also you can do. Or if you take the third row, they have taken 4 columns into a single column, 4 columns into a single column, and 4 columns into a single column. This is also one way. Or if you take the fourth row, they have combined 6 columns into a single row, 6 columns into a single row. So meaning that first row they have split it into how many columns? 12 columns. Second row, 2 columns. Third row, 3 columns. Fourth row, 2 columns. Fourth row, 2 columns. Meaning that if you are interested about taking multiple columns for your screen, then we can take for multiple columns. But these 12 columns are maximum. Even though you added one more column, that is not possible. The parser can't understood that. But if you want to combine, you can able to combine that. Yeah. See, why they fixed these 12 columns means based upon some kind of research, they fixed it and they have partitioned into a maximum of 12 columns. Okay, fine. For example, guys, I have 12 columns. So I'm just giving briefly the concept. I have a 12 columns, which we call it a single row or a single screen size of single row. Yeah. For example, I would like to divide these 12 columns into 3 columns. 12 columns into 3 columns. How can I, what are the different possibilities I can able to divide? I can able to divide in the form of 12C3 ways. 12C3 ways, meaning that, for example, let me take. I can combine first 4 columns into one column, next 4 columns into one column, and next 4 columns into one column. Or I can go for first 3 columns into one column, and next 5 columns into one column, and next 4 columns into one column. Or I can go for 6 columns into one column, 6 columns into one column, or I can go for 10 columns into one column and 2 columns into one column. That depend upon your interest. That depend upon your requirement. How I have to partition my web page. That depends upon your requirement. So here, how the partition is done? All partitions are of equal size. Like this partition contains 4 columns, 4 columns, 4 columns. Total how many columns? 12 columns. Total 12 columns. Total 3, 5, 8, 4, 12. Total 12 columns. Total 12 columns. So finally, see for example, sometimes what will happen is we are able to represent only the 4. Whatever the remaining one, it is star. Obviously, it is going to take as 8. So finally, the outcome is it is going to take it as 12 columns only. Yeah. If you observe, guys, here, this one and this partition both are of this partition contains equal number of columns. This partition contains equal number of columns. This kind of thing we call it as equal columns allocation. Equal columns allocation, and these three, how the columns are allocated? Unequal columns. Columns are unequal columns. Yeah. See, in simple parts, we would like to say. So, with the help of this bootstrap grid system, we can able to create a web page. We can able to create a particular web page. Create a particular web page with different layouts. With different layouts. So, guys, I hope you already have thoroughly comes out this concept again for you. I think in real time itself you have observed. If you open a particular website, that website will look like this. For example, sidebars are there. Sidebars are there. Header is there. Body is there, and footer is there. This is body. This is header. Sidebar 1, sidebar 2. This is footer. So, for example, if you open this in a kind of laptop, if you didn't provide the responsiveness to this website, obviously what will happen? All will be collided if you open that in a kind of small screen device. Now, with the help of this responsive web design, or with the help of this grid system, or with the help of Flexbox, what we can do is we can able to arrange these in a clear manner. What I will do? I will go for header. I'll go for slider 1. I'll go for slider 2. And I'll go for body. Then I'll go for footer. So this order can be, it's all up to our interest. That can be we can do anything. Meaning that, so simply if I conclude that, with the help of this grid system, we can able to arrange these columns. So this is column 1, column 2, column 3. We can arrange these columns, and if whenever you are going to resize our browser, or whenever this particular website is opened in a new kind of device or a different size of device, these columns will automatically adjust depending upon the screen size. That is what we call it as responsive web design. Yeah. Fine. One minute. Fine. So, if you observe generally, while discussing the concept of CSS, we have seen the queries of media queries we have seen, and some kind of conditions also we have written. Right? So there we can observe. Like these conditions can be like min width, max width, whether it is a screen, or whether it is a non-screen, whether it is a panel. Like that we have seen. So guys, please try to remember, revise that media queries in CSS, so that those will be clearly understood. This concept will be clearly understood. Yes, meaning that if my screen size of this minimum width of 800 pixel, so for example 800 pixel, then it has to apply some kind of properties. Or if the screen size is of maximum of this 600 pixel, then you have to apply some set of properties. Like this, we have seen the media queries concept in the CSS itself. Yeah. So there we have a kind of thing we can able to define the screen size by ourselves. But in bootstrapping, of course we can do it ourselves. But in bootstrapping, we will have a fixed size sum. Meaning that they have given some kind of standard classes already. They have given some kind of standard classes. So what are those standard classes means? Like are these standard classes are these points, we call it as breakpoints. So I will come to this point once again. Yeah. So one is the screen size may be too small, or it can be a normal small, or it can be a medium screen, or it can be a large screen, or it can be a extra large screen, or it can be a extra large screen. So this kind of screen sizes are available for us available, and they have provided as a kind of standard classes, and these one points we call it as breakpoints. Yeah, fine. So how they defined extra small means they have defined it with the help of nothing. And if you didn't define anything, it will consider it as a for small device only. Yeah. So which device we call it as extra small? If the screen width is if the screen width is less than 576 pixel, it will comes under extra small. If the screen width is greater than or equal to 576 pixel, it comes under small screen device. If the screen width is greater than or equal to 768 pixel, it comes under medium scale device. If the screen width is greater than or equal to 992 pixel, it comes under large scale device. If the screen width is greater than or equal to 1200 pixel, it comes under extra large scale. If the screen width is greater than or equal to 1400 pixel, it will comes under extra large scale. Extra large scale. Yes. So in Bootstrap programming, how we are going to identify whether it is extra small screen, medium screen, large screen, extra small, extra large, or extra large screen. For that, we have a predefined classes. Those predefined classes we call it as breakpoints. Yeah, there is no breakpoint given for the extra small, but for small screens we can able to identify with the help of SM. For medium scales we can go for MD. For large scale we will go for LG. For extra large we will go for XL. For extra large we will go for XXL. XXL. Yeah. So what are breakpoints, guys? Here, breakpoints means if my screen size is greater than or equal to 776 pixel and less than or equal to less than 768 pixel, it will comes under what? Small screen device. Comes under I will write greater than or equal to 576 pixel and less than 768. It will comes under which one? Small one. If it is greater than or equal to 1200 pixel and less than or equal to less than 1400 pixel, it comes under extra large. So based upon the screen size, the Bootstrap class will automatically identify the screen size, and for that corresponding screen size, we are going to write some set of rules. Automatically it will adjust to that corresponding set of rules. Yes, as I said in the MIDA queries, if the screen width is minimum 800 pixel, it is going to apply some set of properties. Like for example, background color is yellow. Guys, I have already taken this example, I think, for you in CSS. Yeah, let me open that once again. I'm going to open CSS. Yes, you can observe this. So this is a media.html file where I have taken container. See, observe there itself I have used a word called container, which is going to wrap some elements around this one. So this is landscape mode, I think. Yeah, I need to open the media queries. Yes, observe guys, media queries. If you go for media queries, however, if the screen minimum width is 800 pixel, its background color is dark sky. If the screen width is a kind of landscape, the width is 100%, our content is 100%. Like this, we have written some set of rules and we have converted into an inline format. So let me open that execution so that you will get clear. So you can open that CSS video. Yes. You can observe, guys. So right now it is a kind of landscape mode. That is why it is showing this is landscape mode. So landscape mode means width of the screen is larger than the height of the screen. And when it is going to go for portrait, if the width of the screen is less than the height of the screen, then it will go in for portrait. Yeah. See, observe. So this is after some particular point, it is going to change its properties. It's going to change its. Actually, I need to make this to the large. Observe. Automatically converted to the landscape mode to portrait mode or not? Yes, this is portrait mode. Landscape mode and portrait mode. So this is what we call it as responsiveness. This is what we call it as responsiveness. But getting that responsiveness is for us is a difficult task by simply using the CSS concept itself, CSS media concept itself. Instead of that, if you go for the grid system, it will be easy for us. See the same concept I have shown with the help of Flexbox, right? So with the help of Flexbox, we did it very within less time. Similarly, the same concept we can able to develop with the help of this grid system also. Yeah. Fine. How we are going to identify with the help of these classes? With the help of this class. See, if I are not writing anything, it will comes under extra small only. Okay, na guys? So for example, so with the help of this grid system, once again I am revising. With the help of this grid system, I can able to create a website with a different layout. What is that layout? Meaning that if it is a large screen, my parser identified if it is a large screen, I need to have an output like this. If I have opened the same website on a small screen, how are we going to identify on small screen? SM, then I need to have the output like this, right? This kind of structure. Yes. So now big task is how to do that. So for example, fine. For example, let me take a kind of division. So I would like to design a particular web page. For example, this is a kind of a container. So I can able to split this division into multiple rows. Am I right or not? So like let me take, this is a kind of container. I can able to split this into multiple rows. So this division I can be split into multiple rows. And again each row I can able to split into multiple columns. Am I right or not? Yes. So how we are going to split into multiple rows means with the help of a predefined class called row class in Bootstrap. And how we are going to split into multiple columns of each row means we have a kind of structure. We have a class called call hyphen star hyphen star. See, star means this, every star is optional. This star, if you would like to use this star, this defines the device type. This defines the column size. Meaning that whether you want to have a single column, whether you want to concatenate 4 columns, or whether you want to combine 6 columns, meaning that out of 12 columns, how many columns you would like to concatenate. If you didn't define, what will consider it as a single column. Yeah. Or you can go for a value called auto, meaning that based upon the type of content that you have inserted in this column, it is going to extend its size. Yeah. For example, guys, let me take a simple one again. For example, I have a row. This row I would like to split into 3 columns, each of size 4 columns combined, and 4 columns combined. One minute, Amma. 4 columns combined, and 4 columns combined. Yeah. So first, let me write a small piece of code here. So let me take, this is a kind of container. I am going to take a class called container. So I have taken some kind of division. Now this division I would like to make one row first. So for that I am going to take one division once again, that as a row. I have taken one row. This row I need to split into how many columns? 3 columns. I need to split into 3 columns. So splitting a row into multiple columns, which one we are going to use? You are going to use call hyphen star hyphen star. Yeah. For example, I am going to take one more division. Class equal to, I will take call. Division class equal to call. So I'm going to write only this particular example. Remaining all I'm going to take in the direct example itself. Yeah, something A, B, C, closing of division, closing of division, and closing of division. See, guys, if you observe this structure with the previous structure, like call hyphen, star hyphen, star, what does it mean? What does it mean? These are all option, right? Optional. So here device type means what? That device can be anything, whether it is a extra small, small, medium, large, extra large, extra extra large. So meaning that here you can able to write call hyphen sm hyphen something like 2. So what does it mean? You can able to understand later part. But right now I didn't mention any kind of device, meaning that for all kind of screen widths, for all kind of screen widths, this particular column is going to act in the same manner. Is going to act in the same manner. What about this one? As I didn't mention any kind of type of device for this also, it is going to act in the same manner for all kind of things. Whatever this also act in the same manner for all kind of devices. For all kind of devices. Yeah. So let me take a simple example with the help of this one only. I am going to close this two. Yes, I have taken one class called container. Class called container. Yeah, fine. So see, observe. I yes, we got the output. Yeah. Now, so this is a kind of space where I need to go for splitting the website into multiple responsive website. So division, I'm going to take the class as row. As row, I'm going to close this class. For example, to make it clear for you, background equal to background equal to. So guys, will you get any visibility? No, because there is no content here. For example, now we'll get some kind of background here. Fine, guys. Now, so you can observe this red part is comes under as a one kind of row. Now this row I need to divide into three parts. So for that, divisions concept you have seen in the HTML, right? Division. So class equal to I'm going to take as one column. One column. So like this, if you copy how many columns? For example, if you want three columns, I can go for return copy. For example, this is A and this is B and this is C. I'm going to go for this is green, this is pink, this is orange. So how you get the output? Yes, you have split it into three parts. Now, if I minimize, so guys, it is a kind of large screen, right? If I minimize, obviously at some point, it has converted into a medium device. After some point, it has converted into a small scale device. After some point, it is going to have a fixed scale. So, as I have taken a columns, I have taken a columns, so all will be having like this one. Okay, fine. So what we did is we have taken a single row and we have split it into three columns. If I want one more row, if I want one more row, what I can do? I can simply take that row class. Plus, I can go for once again the same thing. Instead of having this, like I can go for orange here, for yellow, I can go for red. Observe, we'll get like this kind of thing. So it is responsive based on the screen width. It is going to changing its content. Change its content. For example, in the first row, I have three columns, and in the second row, I need four columns. Then what I can do? I can simply go for taking taking one more division column class. That's it. So something like blue. See guys, observe. So it is like simply flexbox only. Flexbox concept, I think you have already know. See, observe what happened. So the same amount of space is split into three columns in the first row. The same amount of space is split into four columns for the second row. That is because of based on the way that you have defined. For example, I am going to split once again. If you go for this, so like this, it is going to split. If you observe now, how many columns are there? Three and three, six. Total six columns are there. If I go for copying once again, total how many columns are there? Total 12 columns are there. Total 12 columns are there. Yeah. Guys, now if I minimize, see, observe. 336, 639. Yeah. Yes. If I minimize, yes. 3, 3, 6, 6, 3, 9, 12. So total, so my screen width is like this. Now, but if I am having as a small characters, capital A, capital B, small characters are there is no problem. If I am having a huge content, then what will happen? Observe, try to observe. Like for example, this computer science and engineering. About the spelling summa. What happened, guys? Observe. Observe. So it is yielding some kind of confusion for you. You observe. I am maximizing this. Observe. Something had happened somewhere. If I minimizing, collide. Yes, it has exactly. Now it is somewhat responsive, but it is not exactly accurate. But if I go for like this, so column size is increasing. Yeah. Have you observed this? Yes. But thing is, if you observe here, as of course all are arranged in a kind of the same fashion, but I would like to define my own set of rules. See, as like I explained already, if I am having this kind of structure, whenever it is going to go for a small screen size, I would like to get this structure. This structure, I don't want to go for the corresponding the parser structure. Then I have to go for various kind of things. See, for example, uh, I'm going to remove everything. Yes, I will take only single column, single row. Yes, ABC. What I will do is, so each column is splitted equally. Each column is splitted equally. So if you observe, if you simply assume that it is of a 12 parts, the row is of 12 parts. Each part is of how many columns? 4 columns. Just you can simply assume that. Yeah, I don't want like that. I would like to split in such a way that the first column should and the last column should be equal of size, and it should be middle column should be somewhat big size compared to the first and the last column. Then what we can do, guys, so it is actually total 12 parts. Out of 12 parts, if I am able to allocate 6 parts here, this one is 3, this one is 3. If I am able to allocate 4, 4, 8. If I go for here, what, 8, then here you'll get 4. So this is not possible according to our requirement. Am I right or not? So if I, so this is the possibility. If I go for 2 and 2, 2 and 2, then here you'll get something like 8. So this is the possibility. So then what I will do is, I will introduce this kind of structure. So in this kind of structure, what I can do, I can go for, without this one, I can go for defining this one. So what does this last star means? How many columns you need to combine? if I am writing like this, column hyphen 6, what does it mean? I would like to combine 6 parts of this row, 6 parts of this row into a single column. If I write like this, column hyphen 4, I would like to combine 4 parts of this row into a single column. If I am this having this row, I would like to combine into 3 parts, concatenated 3 parts. So these 3 parts can be done as first column. I would like to combine 2 parts of this into a single one, and I would like to combine 8 parts of this into a single column. And what about the remaining column 2? So of course, finally, if you combine all these numbers, it should be equal to 12 parts. That's it. So now what I will do is I will go for I'll go for like the middle one. I need to make it big size. Make it big. Observe in the output section. Yes, be somewhat bigger, or else in order to avoid some kind of confusion. So it is 10 parts. The middle one is 10 parts of 12 parts. Observe. Middle one is 10 parts of 12 parts. What about this one? This is 1 part, and this is 1 part. If I go for like this, column hyphen 2, column hyphen 2. What about the remaining one? Remaining is 8. Remaining is 8. This is 2 parts, this is 2 parts, and this is 8 parts. This way you can able to add the data. Yes. Now if I minimize this, if I minimize this one, so this is the last one only. If I go for like this, so out of the available width, it is going to occupy that much amount of space. Yes. So for small screen also, it is going to occupy the same amount of space. Now my question is, I don't want to have this kind of structure. I don't want to have this kind of structure. I would like to have a responsive structure. I would like to have a responsive like as this. This is 2 parts. This is 8 parts, and this is 2 parts. Whenever I'm going to minimize, I would like to have this kind of structure. I mean, see, observe my statement. Whenever my screen width is medium size or more than medium size, I need to display my website like in this kind of structure. If the screen width is less than medium size, this is greater than or equal to medium size, and this is less than medium size, I need to make it this kind of structure. At the time, what we can do? We can use the second parameter. What is the second parameter? Small, medium, all those. So the device type can be anything. So based upon the requirement, what you can do is, so what they observe, if the screen width is more than or equal to medium screen, I need to go for this kind of structure. If it is less than medium screen, I need to go for this kind of structure. At the time, first, how we are going to identify a row? By making writing of class equal to row. Let's class equal row. After writing the class equal row, then you need to split into 3 columns. How we are going to do that? You are going to make use of class equal to call, class equal to call, class equal to call. 3 columns we did. But those 3 columns, how it has to display? It has to display this is 2 parts, this is 2 parts, and this is 8 parts. This is 8 parts. That we can do. This is 2 parts, this is 8 parts, and this is 2 parts. But and also they have defined one more condition, that is the minimum. So the screen size should be medium. If it is medium, I have to follow this structure. So for that, I have to define as medium screen size. So if it is a medium screen size, it has to follow this rule. If it is not a medium screen size, and if it is minimized, then automatically it is going to convert into this particular structure. Observe, guys. Yes. Observe column hyphen medium screen, column hyphen medium screen, column hyphen medium screen. Observe. So on large scale devices, I am refreshing. On large scale devices, how the structure is look like? 2 parts of A, 8 parts of B, and 2 parts of C. If I am going to go for medium screen, so it is a medium screen size. Yes, there is no problem. Yes, there is no problem. When see, observe, this point we call it as break point. Meaning that based on the condition, What condition I have defined? I have defined as a medium screen. So medium screen is a kind of a break point. So after that break point, what you have to follow? What you have to follow? So you can observe that. So at this break point, automatically it is going to convert it into this kind of structure. I hope you understood. Meaning that you can observe the statement. So after a particular breakpoint, I am going to occupy every element as 100% width of space. Occupy the 100 width of the space, 100% width of the space. Yes. Okay, na guys. Yes. So instead of defining, I'm going to define as for large, for large, for large. So if you want, you can refresh. Yes. So guys, I'm going to refresh here. It is a large screen, right? Now I'm going to minimize. See, for medium screen itself is going to completely comes under occupying 100% of the width. So this is what medium. This is what medium. But in the previous case, try to observe. In the previous case, it is medium. It isn't comes under up to here. So I don't want to refresh. See up there. After your observation, I will refresh. Yes, observe. This is a kind of large. Now it is medium. So medium comes under up to what point? At preferences. Here you can observe. Yeah. Now I am going to refresh. If I refresh, what will happen? Now also it is going to have 2 parts, 8 parts, and 2 parts. Now for small screen like this, you will get. Okay, I hope you understood. So this is what we call it as responsiveness. This is what we call it as responsiveness. And one more thing you can able to define. What does that means? You can able to combine these multiple classes also. What does that means? See, you are going to define call hyphen medium screen hyphen 2 parts. For medium screen, how this column should be displayed, you have defined. How this column is displayed, you have defined. And also, if it is a small screen, how your column should be displayed also you can able to define. So this is a first column. If it is a medium screen, I have to take 2 parts out of 12 parts. If it is a small screen, I have to take 6 parts out of 12 parts. That is the meaning of this one. I will write the code and I will explain. See, I will define what is. I will take one more class, call hyphen sm hyphen 6, meaning that I will explain. So I think you have already understood that clearly. Call hyphen sm hyphen 4. So observe guys, this is a particular column, and this is one more column, On medium screen, it is 2 parts, medium screen it is 8 parts, medium screen it is 2 parts. So totally if you combine 2 plus 8 plus 2, that is 12. If it is opened on the small screen device, the first column itself is occupied how many parts? 6 parts. Second column 2 parts, and third column 4 parts. See, now we can clearly observe the variation. See, observe. It is a large screen. If I go for a kind of so 282, right? 282. Now, whenever you are moving for small screen, see, observe. At this junction, see, up to here, A is small, B is big, and C is small. If I move once again to the small screen, what happened, guys? A size is increased. Why A size is increased? Observe. A is 6 parts, B is 2 parts, and C is 4 parts. That is why it has taken like this. So on small screen, it is. If I go for some more small, that is what we call it as extra small. At the time, it is going to go for occupying the 100% of available width. Yeah. Fine. Yes, guys. If you want, I will take some more examples. Yeah, what I will do is, if I want, I can go for like a combination of call hyphen, some kind of screen name device hyphen, something like auto. What does auto mean? Automatically based upon the type of content, it is going to adjust everything. Yeah. I will take a simple example for you. Yeah. Observe, I am going to modify this itself. I have taken a normal column here. So if it is open on the, or else I will erase everything. So why I have taken the colors? It is for the sake of your understandability. So for the first row, I am going to take one more column. So defining the column using the call class. So so what does it mean? Irrespective of the type of device, always it is going to take occupy the same amount of column space. Now, if I open this on a large screen, if I open this on a large screen, how many parts it is going to require? Two parts, as per my definition. If it is opened on the small screen, I need to occupy how many parts? Six parts. How many parts? It is six parts. Six. Now one more class. If this column, I'm going to define the behavior of this column. If this column is opened on medium screen, this column is opened on medium screen. It is I am making it as auto adjustable, meaning that computer computer science and engineering. Computer science is enough. Science. For example, if it is opened on the small screen, if it is opened on the small screen, I need to occupy four parts. I need to occupy four parts. I am going to add one more column, division class equal to call. So meaning that normal length occupy. If it is open on the large screen, I need to occupy two parts of the actual space. And if it is open on the small screen, it need to occupy how many parts? Remaining is how many parts only? Two parts. See, observe. If it is open on the small screen, the first column is six parts, second column is four parts, and third part is two parts. Total six plus four plus two, that is 12. If it is open on the medium screen, so I have defined for only second column, and there is no mention for the remaining columns. If I am not mentioning for the remaining columns, what will happen? It is going to combine these six. Small screen six. Sorry, this is auto. And what about the first column and second last column sizes? Nothing. So these two are going to occupy equal, and the remaining is going to see. For computer science, how much amount of space it is required? It is going to occupy that, and remaining amount is equally distributed for both the CSC as well as PC. CSC as well as PC. If I am going to open in the large screen, if I am going to open on the large screen, first column is going to occupy two parts, last column is going to occupy two parts. What about the third column? Third column is going to occupy eight parts. Eight parts. Eight parts. Okay, fine. Which observe in the output section. Sorry, I didn't mention any kind of colors, right? This is, let me take yellow, green, take orange. Observe, guys. So as it is a large screen, yeah. See how many parts we have split this particular column, this particular row. We have split into three parts. We have split into three parts. As it is a large screen, as it is a large screen, uh, we mentioned any kind of thing for the second column. Yes, of course. For auto means mechanical engineer. How much amount of space it is going to occupy? That much amount of space only it is going to occupy. And what about the remaining space? It is going to occupied by CSC and ECE, and all the thing is going to be completely left. All thing is going to be completely left. Okay, fine. So now to overcome this drawback, so what we can do is I can go for define like this: column hyphen on large screen. I would like to occupy eight parts. So observe, this is two parts, this is eight parts, this is two parts for large screen. So total 12 parts. If I refresh, what happened? Mechanical engineering is going to occupy 12 parts. If I minimize, guys, don't get confused. If I minimize, on the medium screen. So, okay, fine. So on large screen we have seen. Now, if I go for any kind of minimization on small screen, what will happen? Observe, on small screen, it has occupied how much space? If it is small screen or more, if it is small screen or more, CS is going to occupy six spots, and mechanical is going to occupy. So as it is a medium screen, it is going to occupy completely auto. And for the third part, uh, like for small screen, it is going to occupy two parts, and the remaining thing is empty. If I go for like this, go for like this, now also it is going to do the same thing. If I go for again small, automatically it is going to get like this kind of structure, because if it is less than the actual available screen size, then it is going to completely go for occupying 100% of available width. Yeah, for example, I would like to extend this to multiple columns, multiple rows. You'll get the same kind of picture. Yeah. So you can practice like this. So without practice, you won't get anything. So you can practice yourself, so that you will get very much clear idea about this. Yeah. Next, not only about this one, you can able to merge, or you can able to make nesting of uh, what we call nesting of rows. So writing one kind of row inside another row, writing one column inside another column, like this we can able to do all this. So I will take a simple example for that also, so that you will get somewhat idea. Yeah, what I will do is I will take two rows. I will take two rows, and in that first row I have split it into okay, fine. I will take, I have taken two columns, two columns. First column split into two rows, and again this row is split into two columns. So this is the final structure I need to get as output. So this is what we call nesting of tables. All this concept, you know, right? Yeah. For that, what we can do, guys? First, we need to go for 1 minute. I will take down the four. Yeah. I have taken the row. I have taken a row, right? Nice. So this row, in this, I need to have two columns first. I need to have two columns. So for that, division class equal to call. This is class equal to call. But we can able to define whether how many parts you should occupied for so on so screen size. All this you can able to define. Yeah. For example, for medium scale, if it is more than or equal to medium scale, I need to occupy the first column of 8 parts out of 12 parts. I'm taking as yeah. And for second column, I need to define something. Yeah. So for second column, I'm going to define class as. So for example, I'm going to occupy how much is remaining for medium screen. It is 4 parts. It is 4 parts. One minute. Background as yellow and pink. What did you guys? I have split it into 8 parts and 4 parts. Observe. Observe 8 parts and 4 parts. If you want, you can go for container fluid, so that you will get the large screen completely. Okay, 8 parts and 4 parts. Fine. Now, what I need to, skip the first second column, and I need to make consider on the first column. So in the first column, how we did it? We got the 6 sections. This we need to make it again divide in the form of a row. Divide in the form of a row. For that, what I can do is I am going to take one more division. Division. I am going to take the class as row. Class as row. Now this row I need to define once again into multiple columns. So I am going to take one more class, one more division. Class as call hyphen md hyphen parts of the actual. And the another one is also 6 parts of the actual. This is C. And this is here. So let me take this as blue. Observe what is out. Yes, observe. We got the exact requirement. How what are the things that we have expected? Yes. Right. This way, we can able to split your web page into multiple parts. That's what we call as grid system. But making of grid system will make automatically see observe. If I am going to minimize. So if it is less than the medium screen, what will happen, guys? Can you expect? It is going to make it available 100 width of the space. Observe width of space because we have mentioned the condition like medium screen. If we are going to mention medium screen also, at the time it is going to perform some different way. Okay, na? Fine. So this way we can able to use the concept of grid system. Grid system. So with the help of this concept, you can able to implement all the examples. What are the things that I have explained with the help of Flexbox also for that you can do as a work. Okay. I hope you understood this concept clearly, man. Thank you.